Hey there, YouTube. How's everybody doing today? We've made it to the halfway point, or actually over the halfway point by the time most people see this video. And who knows, most people won't even watch this video on a Wednesday. But anyhow, let's jump right into it. So you're not losing weight on a raw vegan diet. I wonder why that could be. Guys, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, why don't you go down there now and hit that subscribe button. Click on that little bell and check send notifications so you'll stay subscribed to the channel, and come back and check out some more of my content. I just try to put out a little practical advice on your health on this channel. So let's get at it. We're a little over 6 weeks into this year so far. Can't even believe we're already that far in. It seems like it was just Christmas the other day. So this is good time to check in. How are those New Year's resolutions going? Are you losing that weight? I'm seeing signs all over the internet that people are already off whatever program it was they got on. They've probably already stuffed the book or the new program into the bookshelf or wherever they stuff it. And they're probably all off the juice feast and fast, and now they have to learn how to eat, and they can't learn how to eat. So the basic thing is just simply stop doing the same thing over and over. Stop doing the same things that you've been doing over and over again that have never led to weight loss. Why wouldn't you do that? You try something, it doesn't work, you move on to something else, or at the best you tweak it a little bit, but you don't just do the same things over and over. Oh, I'll do another fast. Oh, let me try another fast. Here's how it usually goes. We'll do a fast, a juice feast, a blah blah blah, a cleanse, whatever. You'll drop a couple of pounds, you'll feel all good, and you're going to do this and that and the other, and you start back eating really clean raw food, and then more and more things slip in there, and you're eating garbage within a month because you didn't learn how to eat. You got to learn how to eat. And I suspect that most people out there that go through this thing, even if they won't admit it out loud, they know. And if not, stop lying to yourself. You know why. You know why it's not working. I like to keep things practical. I'm not into, okay, now you need to eat this many grams of this many grams of that. That's why I like this lifestyle. I'm not into that. I'm not into measuring things. I'm not into counting things. I'm just into eating. And that's what attracted me to this lifestyle in the first place, and that's what kept me on it, is I can basically just I can eat what I want. I don't have to be thinking about my food all the time. I don't have to be paying attention to it all the time. And like I said from day one, I think the approach that I took on this lifestyle that was different than any other diets or anything else I went on, and I would highly encourage you on this, is stop worrying about your weight. Even if you've got weight to lose, stop worrying about your weight and just focus on how can you make your body the healthiest version of itself possible. Because if you start putting the things into your body, and I'm not going to sit here and say, like, we might argue over exactly what are the perfect things, but if you put the healthy things into your body, if you focus on making your body the strongest organism it can be, your immune system strong, and just focusing on that, what is going to make you healthy, more so than losing weight. Because when people the focus is on losing weight, it becomes an obsession. And it takes over, and people start taking shortcuts, and they start doing things that they know may not be the healthiest thing in the world just because it might lose a little weight in the short term. But those things don't generally last because they're gimmicky. Gimmicks never last. Diets never last. That's why there's always a new one being created. If the machine, and that's why, listen, the reason I'm always just saying focus on the health and the weight will sort itself out, because if the machine is running efficiently, if your body is running in tip-top notch, the weight will work itself out, the skin will work itself out, most conditions, most things you have wrong with your body will work themselves out. Now, I don't mean everything. There's conditions that won't work themselves out. There's conditions that you're going to have to do more than eat like I eat. I'm a healthy person, so I do know that there are certain things out there. There's autoimmune disorders, amongst other things, Crohn's disease. Like a person on Crohn's or ulcerative colitis cannot eat exactly like I can. But for the most part, normal, healthy people, the weight loss is pretty much straightforward. And it's not that hard, and it's not it, a lot of people always think like, well, I have this reason. They always think they have a valid reason why they're not losing weight. And for at least 8 of 10 people out there, that's just not true. So get back to just doing a practical approach. Once again, I'll say something that some of you are probably sick of hearing that watch me on a regular basis. The cleaner you eat, the more you can eat. Raw food is not very calorically dense. I mean, there's just not a lot of calories in it. That's why you've probably heard me go on and on and on ad nauseum here about how it's hard to keep weight on. I mean, I would have to, I really sit around and think like how I could get overweight eating a mostly raw food diet. Now, I'm not 100% raw. I have, I go back and watch 2 videos ago on the cooked food that I do include on a very high raw food diet. But I mean, eating the way that I do, and even having, and that's basically the reason I add cooked food to my diet, or most of the reason is I just almost can't keep the weight on. It's like I'm eating all the time just to keep weight on. And that's, for a lot of people out there like, oh my God, that must be a dream. And like sometimes, well, no, it gets to be a pain in the ass because I feel like I have to be eating all the time. But hey, go watch some of my YouTube videos, what I eat in a day. Now watch more than one, so you'll get various examples. I'd say if you watch 4 or 5 of those, you see I eat massive amounts of food. Some days I'm like, okay, I know I need to eat more, and I just don't feel like eating more. But I just do the best I can. But the cleaner you do eat, you can eat enough food to keep yourself full. But the more the garbage takes up, the garbage is very calorically dense. I mean, it's got so much calories in it that it can get away from you before, in other words, like you can have I've seen these little charts where they show like how much this certain food fills up the stomach, how much this certain food fills up the stomach, and how much raw food fills up the stomach. And you can eat so much before you're actually going to be full on that. So it's not like you have to eat some little something that, that's would fit in the palm of your hands. It's got 600, 700, 800 calories. Here's a very practical thing. And I would say, I know I've talked about this before a lot too, but get yourself a food journal. If you don't want to get you can get a proper one. I've got some nice ones. I think I got one down in the the section below, down there. But just if you don't need anything fancy, get yourself a notebook. And week 1, write down every single thing you eat. Get on the scale at the end of the week. See how that works out for you. Now, sometimes when you kind of try to start getting the ball rolling, sometimes it will take you that first week or 2 to kind of see a little bit of weight loss. But what I'm saying is, if you write that stuff down, you write down in your food journal, then at the end of that week, you see what you weigh. How much weight did you lose? And there's another thing there too. Don't get caught up and be looking to lose 5, 6, 7 pounds a week. If you can lose 1 or 2 pounds a week, that's a great rate of loss. But anyhow, you sit down with your journal at the end of the week. You've gotten on the scale. Okay, you're not let's assume you're not happy with it. You look down and you just start going through there, and you're like, okay, where's the trouble spot? Oh, okay, well, I'm routinely eating. I'm adding too much fat in there during the day, or I'm doing this, or if you're being honest with yourself, and maybe you get mid-morning at work, or you get mid-afternoon, and you get really hungry and you go to the vending machine, or you go somewhere and eat something that's just not the best choice for you. All right, then that is your trouble spot. I'm telling you, it's like working through a workbook. You go through there, okay, well, on these days, every day around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock in the office, I have a crash. I do this or that. Maybe you got to bring a snack. Maybe you've got to plan on having a snack. Maybe you can't fit into the normal, or what most people consider normal, 3 meals a day. Maybe you have to have 4 or 5, or maybe you have to have 3 meals a day, but have a couple of snacks planned in there. And you don't necessarily wait till you get hungry. If most afternoons, that's your time. That's when you start kind of getting that rumble about 2 in the afternoon. You bring a snack with you and you eat it. even if you're not all that super hungry, because you're bringing good food, you're bringing something healthy, you're bringing something clean with you. So eat it. You don't always have to wait until you're hungry. Sometimes people do that, especially when they're new to this lifestyle, and that just ends up, messing them up right there. And you just do this week after week. You write everything down the first week. You go through there. You've weighed yourself, and you're like, okay, let's try this. Let's cut this out. Let's change this. Let's add a snack in. Okay, let's maybe not use this much fat in this meal. And you tweak a little bit. Then the second week, boom, you do the same thing again. You get on the scale, you do it. That's how I do a lot of the times, because I'm not a fanatic about the number weight, but when I was living in Costa Rica and I didn't have a scale at all and I was never getting on the scale, the scale kind of holds me accountable to keep my weight up, so it works well. And that's how I've always kind of done. I adjust my eating. Like I might hop on the scale 3 or 4 times during the course of a week. If I get on and my weight's a little bit low, I'm like, whoa, why is my weight kind of low? I eat a little bit more the next day. Nothing drastic. I just up it a little bit, and consequently, which doesn't happen very often, if I'm like, okay, well, maybe I can, maybe I've upped it enough and now I can back off even just a little bit. But it's just practical stuff like that. It's not rocket science. Get yourself a little exercise, although exercise is good. To be quite honest, I don't think on this lifestyle you don't need to work out to lose weight. Now don't misunderstand what I'm telling you there. You don't need to work out to lose weight, but you do need to exercise. You do need to move your body just for the health of your body. Once again, don't make everything about losing weight. Eat to make yourself healthy. Exercise, work out, move to make yourself healthy. But yeah, if you'll just sit down and do that, write your stuff down, tweak it a little bit each week. That's all I do. Like I say, I'll adjust depending on the scale, up and down like that. And yeah, picture's worth 1,000 words. 1,000 words worth one video. So go watch some of my videos on what I eat in a day, and just get some ideas, and get ideas from other people. You don't necessarily have to, like when I say I'm just trying to give you ideas, I don't expect anybody out there to copy me and eat just like I eat. You don't have the same taste. You don't have the same needs. You have different circumstances. But watch several people. I totally, Melissa's Raw Food Romance, her husband Nate, Chris Kendall. Watch different people and get an idea. Maybe you like an element of how I eat, or how I do this, or what I eat here. Maybe you like an element of Alyssa's recipes, and you see that like me and her don't eat the same by any means, but I highly approve of how she eats. I highly approve of how Nate eats. Not like they need my approval, but anyhow, the weight loss is really simple. It's only as complicated as you're going to make it. So just my 2 cents worth. Hope you guys enjoyed this video today. If you like it, please give me a thumbs up, and I'll see you here at the end of the week. Peace.